What is up, everyone? So, today I am sharing with you a drawing I did of a piece by Loish. Now, if you don't know who Loish is, she is a very popular artist. I will put a link to her Instagram account in the description. Okay, so this drawing took me 21 hours and 9 minutes to complete. How do I know? I recorded the entire thing. What you are watching has been sped up 100 times. Oh my goodness. And now you know why this year I am focusing on speeding up. But this brings into question something else, all right? And something one of you mentioned in the comment section as well, and you said, wow, I don't know how you are so patient. It is inspiring. Well, first of all, thanks. Lately I have seen quite a few videos about the importance of patience in drawing, and I think this is probably the opportune time to talk just a little bit about it, but I want to approach it from a slightly different angle than most people do. So let's dive into that right now, because this idea of patience, well, first of all, it goes by a lot of different names, right? People say, oh, you're patient, you're self-motivated, you're dedicated, oh, you're so disciplined. Yeah, okay, well, of course, thank you. And I do think that I am some of those things most times, but right now you may be saying like, oh, boo-hoo, because you don't feel like you are patient or self-motivated or dedicated. And I just want to say, you might want to rethink that. Let me share a little experience with you that will make the point very obvious where I'm trying to go with this. I used to play World of Warcraft quite a bit during college, university, and playing World of Warcraft, there were many nights, if any of you have ever played this game or any massively multiplayer online RPG, you know that there are several nights when you start playing and you literally play straight until morning, right? You literally play until morning. But the interesting thing is, we don't sit around after that and go, wow, I'm so patient playing this game. I am so self-motivated. Look at me. Look at the discipline I just showed by staying up all night. We don't really go around patting ourselves on the back for that. And yet, you were disciplined and self-motivated and dedicated and patience. All these words actually apply to what you just did, staying up all night playing the game. So why do we attribute it to something like drawing if somebody stays up all night drawing, but we tend to hold back from doing the same thing if somebody stays up all night playing a game? It is the same thing. It's really committing yourself to an activity over an extended period of time. And we call that dedication. And it is not like playing World of Warcraft is all fun, right? Because sometimes you go on a quest and you fail and you have to go all the way back to the beginning. I mean, you fail a lot, especially if you're playing PvP environment or PvP world. They've changed it a little bit recently, I know, but where people are ganking you and you're constantly getting killed, it can get really frustrating, and yet you stick in there and you stay disciplined, you stay motivated. So you may actually have more patience and self-motivation and more dedication than you think. You just may not have it when it comes to drawing. Because the real difference between when we decide to use all these fancy words and when we don't is how much we're enjoying it. Because in the end, what's really happening is that we are enjoying World of Warcraft so much that we feel bad for taking credit for it. We feel bad for taking credit for our discipline. But it's really the same thing. The question you need to ask yourself, and the thing that you need to work towards, is why am I not enjoying drawing? How do I learn to enjoy drawing? I talked a little bit about this in my video on frustration. And if you want to see that, you can go to the link, but I won't recap that here. But let me just point out a few things, because even while drawing this picture from Loish, I did not enjoy the entire experience straight through. Initially, this was supposed to be just a little sketch. And obviously, it turned into something much more finished. But here's the thing. In the times when you feel some frustration, whether it be in drawing or in World of Warcraft, there is something that causes you to push through that feeling of frustration. That feeling where it's not as exciting, it's not the flashiest part. It's because you have a goal in mind, right? World of Warcraft, you have that idea at any point, you could get that drop, that new cool item. You're gonna be walking around with the cool glowing gear. Everyone's gonna be looking at you. What's your goal for drawing? In some sense, we have to look ahead a little bit sometimes and go, really ask yourself, why am I drawing and where do I want to be in the next year, 5 years? Like, why am I doing this? And I think a big part of this is drawing what you love. And then another part is looking back at past experiences. Now, if you've been following my journey here, you know that there have been several times when I have mentioned that I really felt like I wanted to give up on a picture just to push through and to be very satisfied with how it turned out in the end. And so sometimes I look back at those past experiences in my mind and go, you know what? There might be a reward at the end of this. There might be that rare drop. Something that I'm going to be satisfied with. And you push through and just see what happens. Surprise, surprise. Maybe it'll be something amazing. Maybe it'll be a fail. But it's no different than playing World of Warcraft. You go back to the dungeon again. Maybe you'll get it this time. Maybe you beat the boss and you still get awful drops. So really what it comes down to is enjoying the process of it all. Yes, you have goals, yes, you have all these things, but learn to enjoy the experience. And if you could learn to do that, you aren't really going to have to worry about all these fancy words. Like, oh, look how patient, how disciplined, self-motivation. We can leave those words behind. You don't really need them if you can learn to enjoy what you're doing right now. So I guess the challenge to you and the challenge to myself is, one, to draw what I like, to make sure that I keep myself motivated. And whatever that is, you just really have to keep yourself motivated, and that comes from learning to keep yourself having fun when drawing. So if you stuck with me this long, thanks for listening to my ramblings. Thanks for following my journey. I really appreciate it, and it really encourages me as well and puts the cherry on the top to make this even more exciting, even more fun, that I get to share it with all of you. So thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one. Bye.